Releasing the Epstein files is something the left, center, and right almost entirely agree with. Essentially, one of the only unifying messages in America. And while the Tate brothers returning to the US today partly soured the messaging the release would send, people waited for this release. The left expecting the release to conclude just old information, and the right thinking it will contain people like Obama. What we got was a disappointment to all. Twitter influencers walking out of the White House holding binders labeled that they contain the Epstein files, smiles on their faces as they do the child rape photo op. What didn't come was a release of what was in those binders. This was not an immediate release. Pam Bondi says more documents will come tomorrow to her desk. But she also tried to claim she had all the documents already. The influencers are rightfully getting so much backlash from their own fans demanding these documents, and there's anger about how they made a mockery of the victims by doing this photo op without any release. I saw at least one influencer say they don't have any power over when the public sees the documents in these binders. But they do. If these binders really contain the documents, they could release it. Some of those influencers have compared people holding back these Epstein documents to the public, meaning they must have ties to Epstein or are as bad as Epstein. But right now, any of those influencers could pick up a phone and start releasing those documents to the public, if those binders actually include the documents. So while people are outraged with this shit show, the release that didn't happen, at least at the time of recording, the official House Judiciary GOP posted the tweet you see behind me. Epstein files released in a tiny URL. The link goes to a Rickroll. They made a literal joke out of the Epstein files release. They made it a troll. A funny joke. The chairman of this committee, if you're wondering, is Jim Jordan. So I guess it shouldn't be surprising since he has a history of looking the other way when it comes to sex crimes. Now, if these binders really contain the previously unreleased Epstein documents, that means there was something already put together. And if it was put together to print out, it was also put together in a format that could have been shared. It could have been uploaded easier than me making this video. And those influencers with those binders smiling, they could have released those Epstein documents with as much effort as it took me to make this video. But this is a game. And they're playing with the victims for attention. And I have no doubt in my mind that whatever is going to come out of this is going to be the biggest flop imaginable. Because if it wasn't, if it was some sort of a massive slam dunk for Trump and the Republicans, guess what? It would have actually been released.